Hello guys, hope you're doing good. So in today's video, we're going to look at the universal felling axe from Beavercraft. Alright, so here's a look at the universal felling axe, or the model AX4 from Beavercraft. So as you can see, it's a pretty large size axe with an overall length of 640 millimeters or 25 inches. So as you can see, the axe comes with this very nice leather sling system. You can easily take it off, remove it when you need to use your axe. The axe sheath is very well constructed. It's made out of leather, full grain leather. It's pretty thick. It has this snap here that's very easy to use. And as you can see here, it's stitched and welted as well. So a very nice axe mask. So the head of the axe is made out of 1066 high carbon steel with an HRC of 56 to 58. The weight of the head is around 2 pounds. So the head of the axe is hand forged. You can see here the scale on it. And it says here, Beavercraft. The axe has this bearded axe design where the edge of the axe is quite large for this type of axe, around 5 inches. If you look at the geometry of the bit, it tapers down quite quickly in this portion here and to a convex edge at the end. The handle is made out of ash. It's quite thick all around and the grain orientation is pretty good. So you don't see any gaps here or here. And it's fit to the head using a wood wedge with this metal cross wedge here. You can see the very nice Beavercraft logo that's laser etched into the handle. All right, so let's go test it out. So I started doing some limbing. As you can see here, the axe went through these branches with no problem at all. Then went on to chop this tree. So it had fallen a while back and I needed to cut it out of the way. So due to the combination of the grind and the weight of the axe, you can see it's very efficient at chopping, removing some very large pieces of wood with every chop. So it was pretty effortless and very quick. So there was a recent storm and a bunch of trees fell over. Had to remove these 2 trees here. That was a great opportunity to use my felling axe from Beavercraft again. As you can see, very efficient. Remove some very large chunks of wood with each swing here. So it's a very efficient tool that way. Since it's called a universal felling axe, I also wanted to use it to fell a tree. I identified this dead tree a while back and decided to take it down today. It always caused a potential hazard of falling, so it's a good opportunity to test the axe. Again, it's quite efficient at its job, as you can see. So because of the geometry of the head, the universal felling axe is also a great splitter. So I've used it a lot to split some firewood. It's very efficient at that. I've used it to split some hardwood, also some softwood. They perform very well with all sorts of wood. So obviously this axe excels at chopping and splitting, but let's see how it does at finer tasks. All right, so let's try to do some feather sticks. possible, but because of the stout grind, it's definitely not ideal for that. So let's see if it can notch. Again, it's possible, but this is much more of a chopper and a splitter. So overall, I'm super happy with this axe from Beavercraft. So it's the AX4 model, or the universal felling axe. It's great at chopping, as you can see, as you saw previously. It's excellent at splitting as well. So this is the ideal type of axe for winter camping type of situation, where you need to prepare a lot of wood. You would use this axe to fell your tree and buck it into sections, and then you could split it for your hot tent stove. So definitely an important item to have in the winter conditions. So if you compare the geometry of this axe to other axes I own, like Wetterling's or Grant Brook's axe, this has a much more stout geometry. As you can see here, these shoulders are excellent for splitting, so that helps a lot. But it remains quite thick until the end, where you have this convex here. So it makes it excellent at chopping, splitting. Perhaps not as good for bushcraft tasks, but this is a big axe. For more specific bushcraft tasks, you would probably want to pair it with a smaller hatchet or a bushcraft knife. So overall, I find that this axe is very well constructed, very robust. It's got a powerful axe, but one small drawback is perhaps the thickness of the handle. I prefer it to be perhaps a bit thinner here, the bottom portion. It thins down towards the head. I would rather have it thin all along the line, but that's a minor thing. You could easily modify this handle yourself. So if you're interested in this excellent axe from Beavercraft, I added the link in the description section of the video. All right, thanks for watching.